Okay, a recent statistic says that more than 50% of Americans consumed a half a pound of sugar per day. Now, that would add up to 180 pounds of sugar a year. You're basically eating Matt Forte in sugar in the course of a year. That's a lot of sugar. Now, our next guest has developed a plan to remove sugar in a special 6-week purification plan. She calls this the Fad-Free Forever Plan. Nutritionist Ashley Pettit joining this morning. All right, Ashley, why is sugar so bad for us? And why does it taste so good?
Basically, there's no nutritional value. That's the simplest answer. However, when we think about foods, the foods that are bad for us are the ones that are the highest in processed.
Okay.
So sugar is highly processed, and it causes inflammation in the body, which leads to so many different problems. So we don't even have to go into how many problems, but it's inflammatory. So we don't need it.
And I think a lot of people don't even realize how many different foods have sugar. How do we quit sugar? How do we wean ourselves from sugar?
That's the thing, is you just have to replace the sweetness. So
Okay.
we're used to the sweetness and quality of food that we need.
Right.
You don't remove that altogether. You
Okay.
just replace it with natural sources. I'm talking stuff that comes from a tree. That literally, maple syrup comes from a tree. We just have to buy the least processed version of it.
Oh, that's the maple tree it comes from.
Yes.
I just figured that out.
But agave also comes from a plant.
Okay.
Coconut nectar, which a lot of people don't know about, just comes from a piece of fruit. But I like to use the non-obvious things as well.
Okay.
So branching out, applesauce a lot of people bake with, but I love to bake with dried fruit. The thing about dried fruit, just like other sugars, is you have to buy the right brand. Made in nature is what I usually stick to because it's
Okay.
not there's no refined sugar in it. It's amazing to snack on it also while you're cooking.
Oh, so yeah, kind of like,
But it's cost
munching
effective
as you
too.
go
I
along.
use figs. Dates are used in a lot of things, and they have dates as well. But I like to change it up. Use figs. I puree dried apricots, non-GMO, no sugar added, and put it in my oatmeal.
Okay.
You don't have to use maple syrup or something that comes from a jar. You can also just use dried fruits.
And like anything else, it's like, to say I'm just going to get rid of sugar altogether in one day is probably not realistic. You'll quit it
Yes.
for 3 days and you're back on it. So you've got the 6-week plan where you just kind of do it on a gradual
Yes,
basis.
and so natural sources you replace it with, but at the same time too, you have to realize that fake sugar tastes 300 times sweeter than real sugar.
Okay.
So we're so used to that profile. And then sugar also feeds the need. The more sweetness you have in your life, the more sweetness you want, right?
Oh, that's actually, I believe that's Adele's next single. But
It could be.
great,
It could
so much.
be.
All right, and to get more information, where do we go?
You can go to ashleypettitliving.com. I have
Okay.
a Fad-Free Forever link. Actually, Fox viewers, if you enter January 30, you get $30 off on the plan, so it's $119.
Okay.
It's 6 weeks of purification, but it's also a lifetime membership. So you'll get updates with workouts. There's workouts in there too, because if you have sweetness,
Absolutely.
you need to also exercise.
Got that fuel going.
And you'll get some of these recipes that go along with the plan as well.
Awesome. Thanks so much.